so if you wouldn't mind keeping your question brief and that'd be great.
Very brief.
Thank you.
Yeah, my question is, if I look at Canada and New Zealand, they seem to have been able to solve kind of the problem and the issue, particularly with the indigenous people. Why has Australia not been able to do so? I mean, compared to where Canada and New Zealand have been.
Well, I will say, there's what you might call the structure and the appearances and the realities. On paper, the Australian government does an awful lot for Aboriginal affairs. We wonder what the bloody hell they're complaining about. Likewise in the United States of America, likewise in India. But while there are some very good and progressive moves and we can learn things from the way things happen in places like Canada, we've also got to face a lot of the reality on the ground. Misery, drug problems, visible disadvantage with employment, with health, with education, with things like that, are very much the reality amongst the Inuit people, amongst the Native American people, and so forth. So it's not as if somebody's got the answer that we haven't discovered. But in both cases, it's still 2 or 3 fundamental sort of problems. It's entrenched disadvantage with all of the avalanche of that. And who knows where you start with education, employment, ill health, so forth like that, because they run around in a cycle. But it's also very much what you might call a place on Main Street. Now, when I see a Burke, say for example, but it could equally be Dubbo or it could equally be Narrabundah, I sort of say, where are the Aboriginal bakeries? Where are the Aboriginal hairdressers? I'm delighted and absolutely pleased that in my lifetime we've got the first Aboriginal doctors, the first nurses, the first teachers, the first lawyers and whatnot. I'm surprised how many of the first ones I actually personally know, right? But I don't know the first accountants. But frankly, it would be better, sometimes I sort of think, if we talked about the first Aboriginal shop in Bourke. There isn't one yet. Every time I see young women, whether they're Indian, Australian, African or anything like that, I see these girls aged 15, 16, 17, sitting around each doing each other's hair. Why? To set up an Aboriginal hairdressing enterprise, you need a couple of pairs of scissors, a comb, and whatever, a hairdryer. Where are the black hairdressers? That's what we ought to be sponsoring. We're spending too much money with enterprise money, and I'm all in favour of it, that are setting up positions selling goods and services to Aborigines. Aboriginal people by now, in a place like this, should be selling goods and services to white folk. They should be the bakers in the town. They should own one of the supermarkets or whatnot. Now, when we've got that, we will get the beginning of what you might call a young middle class or whatnot that will reproduce and create a lot of the services and things that we want. That's not happening in Canada yet, and it's not happening in America yet, and it's not happening in Australia yet. With any luck, it might happen in our lifetime.